Before this story begins, I want you to promise yourself one thing. Don't skip this video. Because by the end of it, you might realize that the biggest thing holding your life back is something you refuse to let go of. This is not just a story about a monkey. This is a story about human nature, about fear, about attachment, and about the dangerous things we keep holding on to, even when they are destroying us. So listen carefully. Deep inside the Amazon rainforest, where giant trees covered the sky and strange sounds echoed through the jungle every night, there lived a young monkey named Kiro. Kiro was energetic, smart, and faster than most monkeys in his troop. But he had one dangerous habit. He hated losing things. If he found food, he guarded it aggressively. If another monkey touched his fruit, he became angry instantly. The older monkeys often warned him, "Kiro, sometimes survival is more important than possession." But Kiro never took those words seriously. To him, letting go felt like weakness. One summer, the rainforest became unusually dry. Food started disappearing. Rivers became smaller. Animals traveled farther every day, searching for something to eat. Hunger slowly changed the jungle. One afternoon, while Kiro was resting high in the trees with the other monkeys, a strange smell suddenly reached him. Roasted peanuts. Fresh peanuts. His eyes widened immediately. Without thinking twice, he climbed down from the trees and quietly followed the smell through the bushes. After a few minutes, he reached a small clearing, and there, tied to a wooden stake, sat an old glass jar. Inside the jar were dozens of peanuts. Golden, fresh, perfect. Kiro looked around carefully. No humans, no hunters, no danger. At least, that's what he believed. Slowly, he moved closer. Very carefully, he slipped his hand inside the narrow opening of the jar. The moment his fingers touched the peanuts, excitement rushed through his body. He grabbed a huge handful instantly, but when he tried pulling his hand back out, it got stuck. Kiro frowned. He pulled harder. Nothing happened. His open hand had gone inside easily. But now, with a closed fist full of peanuts, his hand could not fit back through the opening. For a moment, Kiro froze. All he had to do was let go. That was it. Drop the peanuts and he would be free immediately. But then another voice inside his mind whispered, "No, these are mine now." Kiro pulled harder. The glass jar shook violently against the wooden stake. Again, 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 panic slowly entered his chest. His breathing became heavier. Still, he refused to release the peanuts. And then suddenly, the jungle became silent. No birds, no insects, nothing. That kind of silence only happens when danger is near. Slowly, from the tall grass nearby, a jaguar appeared. Its cold yellow eyes locked directly onto Kiro. The monkey's entire body froze instantly. The jaguar walked forward slowly, patiently, like it already knew Kiro wasn't going anywhere. Now real fear entered Kiro's heart. He screamed loudly and jumped backward, trying desperately to escape. But his hand remained trapped inside the jar. The sharp edge of the glass started cutting into his skin. Blood slowly dripped down his arm. Still, he refused to let go. Above him, monkeys from his troop screamed from the trees, "Kiro, leave it, run." But fear had now mixed with greed. Inside his head, one thought repeated over and over again. "I already grabbed this much. I can't lose it now." The jaguar moved closer. 10 feet away. Kiro pulled harder. 5 feet away. The jar cracked slightly. 3 feet away. Tears filled Kiro's eyes. Freedom was only one decision away. 1 second. One choice. Open the hand, drop the peanuts, live. But his mind could not accept losing what he already held. And then, the jaguar attacked. The jungle exploded with noise. Birds flew into the sky. The monkeys scattered in terror through the trees. And within seconds, everything became silent again. Hours later, the older monkeys slowly climbed down to the clearing. The broken glass jar still lay on the ground, and inside it, Kiro's hand was still tightly closed around the peanuts. Not a single peanut had fallen. Now listen carefully. Kiro was never trapped by the jar. He was trapped by his inability to let go. And humans do the exact same thing every single day. Some people stay in toxic relationships because they already invested years into them. Some stay in jobs that destroy their happiness because leaving feels like failure. Some continue chasing wrong decisions, bad habits, or fake dreams simply because they already spent too much time, money, or emotion on them. Psychologists call this the sunk cost fallacy, the belief that because we already invested something, we must continue, even when it's destroying us. But life doesn't reward blind attachment. Sometimes the strongest thing a person can do is walk away. Sometimes letting go is survival. So ask yourself honestly, what are you still holding on to that is slowly destroying your freedom?